Hello insiders! Shooting from home today. It's Friday here and my birthday, so actually taking today off, but figured I'd do this quick news flash so we would get one in for the week. Let's start from the top. Snapshot. So on the studio beta, on the dashboard, you know there's that great snapshot report which shows you your last upload's performance at a glance, and it shows you how it compares to your previous uploads after a similar amount of time since publishing. People really liked it. If you haven't tried it, please go to the studio beta and check it out. We've made a big improvement there where we've now integrated the smart headlines into the snapshot report. So it'll just tell you in sort of human language, hey, this last video is doing about typical with your other videos, or it's actually performing a little better, or it's a little worse. And so you can literally just in, almost 140 characters less see how your video is doing. So let us know what you think about that in the comments below. And we might actually do a sneak peek about sort of Snapshot V2 ideas, maybe in a future video. So if you're interested, please comment below. Next, so a lot of folks have been very interested in notifications, and in the past we've talked about how we've identified some bugs that were affecting notifications even for this channel. Well, that notifications team has been working really hard on this, and so we wanted to give you an update on where we are with that. As an example, in our last video, 99% plus of people who had activated the bell, we have confirmed did receive their notifications. That's now part of an overall tracking system that's been much more improved and enhanced, so we can make sure those notifications go out reliably. Just as a fun fact, 18% of Creator Insider subscribers have activated the bell. So if you're subscribed, actually you probably haven't yet activated the bell and you're watching this, so please do that if you want to be the first to know when we have new information about YouTube or sneak peeks available. But the main thing is that the notifications, oh, my dog is playing with their toy in the background, sorry for the noise. The main thing is that not now, Daisy. The main thing is that the notification stuff is underway and has been greatly improved. I wanted to give an update on the thumbnail experiment. So in the past we talked about how a small number of creators, were enabling them to experiment with different thumbnails and compare the performance. And we've got some results, and we're still exploring whether that feature makes sense to make available more broadly. But there are some lessons learned that we thought might be interesting. One common theme was that clear and aesthetically pleasing images perform better in thumbnails. And in contrast, if the image is very complex, vague, blurry, unprofessional, too low contrast, too much stuff going on, those don't perform as well. So not super surprising. The other thing about thumbnails that you may or may not know, but want to just call out, is if your thumbnail is misleading, like let's say your thumbnail is like really enticing for the viewer to click on it, but then we observe that those viewers are not happy with what they see after they click on it and then quickly hit back or go to another video because they feel like they were misled. That's not a good strategy to receive more promotion from YouTube, because then we'll sort of determine, hey, this thumbnail is kind of, not accurate, and therefore we would be less likely to recommend it. So that's something to think about. Of course, you want your thumbnail to be as good as it can be, but it needs to reflect what's in the video. Premieres, a lot of people were asking about premieres. Last news flash, I think we said we were at 1%, and now we're very excited to expand to 5%. I know that's still not as many people that would want it. New channels. So for creators that are setting up a new channel, we're gonna start defaulting them automatically into the studio beta based on our analysis of all the features that new channels typically use. They're all well supported in studio beta, and even the ones that are not there, we have very quick links for you to get to the exact place in Classic to get the rest of that feature done. And I think it's a good sign that we are feeling pretty good about the studio beta. Obviously have more work to do, but we feel like it's getting better every month, and excited to welcome new channels to the studio beta as their default, with deep links into Classic if they need something that isn't yet there. YouTube Kids is now coming to Indonesia, Italy, and Portugal. Another improvement to YouTube Kids is an approved content only mode. So this is where if you have kids, and you let them use the YouTube Kids app, they'll see content appropriate for kids. But if you use the approve content only mode, that allows you to hand pick and approve exactly what's available in the app. So that's another option that's available in Android for now, coming soon to iOS. There's a bug with newly created watermarks not working on desktop. We're aware of that and in the process of fixing it. It still works in Android and iOS, but desktop, the fix hopefully will be coming soon. And oh, now we're up to shout out. LightCode Gaming says, hey, managed to run into Barbara earlier. Keep up the great work with Creator Insider. Liam, I found this change out of Liam, and he's at TheManGuyFella. I found this change out through the channel called Creator Insider, a semi-official channel run by people who work at YouTube. I recommend subscribing and watching. Yes, thank you, Liam. Appreciate the shout out. PeckDrywallPainting at PeckDrywall. Are you still confused by the new YouTube Studio Beta Analytics? Watch this video when YT Partner breaks down the Creator Insider channel. So thank you for sharing that, PeckDrywall. The TierZoo. If you're a creator and don't watch Creator Insider, what are you even doing? I totally agree, TierZoo. And then lastly, for the movie quote, there was a correct guess. So it was from the TV series Game of Thrones, and the guesser was One List, One Life. So congrats, you were the first one to get it right. With that, I think that'll wrap up this news flash. In the meantime, keep it real. Okay, if you're still hanging around, you know, we have a little bonus. This week's quote, this one is from a documentary, and I'll give you a hint. The documentary includes testimony in front of the US Congress, and the person testifying says, among other things, he says this, you've made this day a special day by just your being you. There's no person in the whole world like you, and I like you just the way you are. So if you know that documentary, comment below. And if you've never seen it, but you can figure out what it is from the comments, I highly recommend it. It was a really cool documentary. See you guys later. Keep it real.